Hi everyone, this is Dr. Ernesto, and today I'm going to talk about should you buy a car if you just immigrated to the United States of America. Now today I'm recording here in El Castillo de Salgar in Barranquilla, Colombia. I'm just outside of Puerto Colombia, and I just wanted to share this beautiful view with you while we go over what the cost-benefit analysis is of whether or not you should get a vehicle. Now, we have a saying here in the United States, it's called keeping up with the Joneses, okay? And basically it means that when you get somewhere, you oftentimes want to keep up with your neighbors. Your neighbor has a nice car, you want a nice car. They have nice clothes, you want a nice car, clothes. They go to, vacation in Europe, you want to go to vacation in Europe. And that's, unfortunately, a big part of the American culture is keeping up. And social media companies thrive on that. That's why they have, Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook and all that kind of stuff, because it makes you want to do stuff to keep up with other people you know. Otherwise you have FOMO, fear of missing out, all right? And that's a big part about cars. The United States is a car culture. Most people have cars, but do you really need one? The answer is no. No, if you just moved to the United States, you have a lot of stuff you need to focus on. You need to build your wealth, you need to learn English, you need to learn a new skill. There's a lot of stuff you have that's a priority. Getting a car is not one of them. Now, if your job entails deliveries or, driving somewhere to do something, to drop off people or items, then yeah, of course you need a car. If you're in the freight business or something like that, but most people are not. So if you're not, you don't really need a car. Now, what are the benefits of cars? Yes, it's going to give you some freedom, and it's going to make you feel good that you got a car. Maybe you never owned one before, so it is a nice feeling, but it's something that it doesn't have to be done right away. You can do it later on down the line. If you get a car, on the other hand, there's a lot of issues. Cars are considered what's called a liability, all right? This is where you have to learn about liabilities and assets. Assets are going to be things that create wealth for you. So if you own a gardening business, a lawnmower is an asset because you need the lawnmower to make money for your business, right? If you have an ice cream shop, you need a blender. This real estate behind me in this castle, that's an asset. That's going to keep going up pretty much forever. There's a limited amount of real estate and property in the world. So those are assets. Gold bars, stock, bonds, those are all assets. Now liabilities are things that take wealth from you, that do not go up in value, like pool tables, big screen TVs, surfboards, these cool glasses, clothes. Those things are disposable. They wear out and you throw them away. They go down in value. That's why they're called liabilities. So in any part of your life, you want to try to limit the amount of liabilities you have and increase the amount of assets you have so you can grow your wealth. And a car is probably one of the biggest liabilities I could think of. Even if you bought a classic car, which is going up in value, you can't drive it and you're gonna have to pay to park it somewhere, to store it somewhere, and to care for it. Otherwise, if it gets damaged, you lose your assets. So some assets are better than others. Look at this house. I mean, you can rent it, you can have parties, you can do anything, but with a classic car, there's not a lot you can do with it except stare at it. So when you buy a regular car, it's even worse. You need to do oil changes, you need tires, you need gas, you need insurance, you need interest payments, car payments. It's just a lot of money. And then when you're driving around, you're at risk. If you don't have papers, you're illegal, you get pulled over, they can impound your car, you lose your car, okay? Then there's also the risk of people crashing into you. I've been crashed by people that don't have insurance, and my car got damaged and that was it. I didn't get any money for it. So I had to pay for all the expense of fixing my car. So that's another downfall of having cars. Parking fees, parking tickets. Parking tickets in LA are like 70%. Most people in the United States live in big cities, so you're probably gonna live in a big city. It's gonna be hard to find parking, and you're gonna probably have to pay for parking every month. So you can see how it's just, the costs are just going up and up and up. Now, you might say, well, how am I gonna get around? Well, same way 90% of the people in the world do. Walking and on the bus, public transportation. Most big cities in the United States, like most big cities in the world, have decent transportation. You can get around pretty easily. I travel quite a bit. I rarely rent a car unless I have to, unless I'm going to some remote area, because I want my vacation. I want to enjoy myself. I don't want to worry about asking people for directions. I don't want to worry about my car getting lost or stolen or damaged. Right here in Colombia, I just got to this place. It's about a half an hour outside of Barranquilla. I took the bus. It cost me 75 cents. It's a direct bus. There's no problems. I talked to the bus driver. They told me where to go. So you have like tour guides. They tell you what place to avoid, what place to go to, best place to eat locally. You get to mingle more with the locals, so you have a better travel experience. Hands down, traveling, I enjoy taking public transportation. It's just way easier. You get to enjoy stuff a lot more. So think about the same thing. If you migrate to the United States and you have a 9-to-5 job somewhere, there's really no reason for you to buy a car. Get that money and instead save it to buy yourself real estate or other hard assets to help you grow your wealth instead. That way you can have more time to go traveling out to beautiful places like this. So thank you for watching, and from Castillo de Selgar or Castle de Selgar, Barranquilla, Colombia, this is Dr. Ernesto. Thank you. Goodbye.